Hey everybody, this is Mr. Maneno from Gainesville Middle School, and today I'm going to do a quick part one of an experiment about learning target number 8, which is about cell transport. So this is really about osmosis and how cells take in and get rid of water and how that moves through the cell membrane. So this will just give you a concrete example of what that looks like, I hope. So what I did is I cut up some veggies. I've got some cucumbers, some carrots, some potatoes, some raisins, which I know aren't veggies, and I'm just going to weigh them. I'm going to drop some in 100 milliliters of fresh water. I've got a cup labeled fresh. And I'm going to drop some in a cup that's 85% water, 15% salt. Got it mixed up here. And I'm just going to see whether or not they gain weight or lose weight. I'm going to let them sit for several hours, maybe overnight, and then come back and take a look and see how they've changed in mass. So I made myself a data table. It's kind of hard to see with kind of a day 1 and a day 2 on it. So I've got some freshwater ones and some saltwater ones. I have a triple beam balance here to do the masses or the weights with, and I'm going to take a look at that really quickly. All right. So I'll just write this down as I go. I know it's really hard to see the balance, so I'll just try to do this quickly. So cucumber. So as I do this, let's think about what our hypothesis might be, right? I've got an if and a then. If I put the veggies in fresh water, then will they gain weight, lose weight, or stay the same? What do you think? That's kind of the question. All right, so this first cucumber looks like it weighs exactly 14 grams. I'll put it in my chart as 14, and I'm gonna drop it in the fresh water. And I'm gonna do the same thing with a carrot. Actually, I'm gonna do my cucumber and salt. This cucumber's a little bigger. This cucumber weighs 18.2. I'll put it in salt. So again, all I'm doing is recording the mass from day 1, putting 1 cucumber, carrot, raisin, potato in fresh water, 1 in salt to see how the weight changes if I let them sit. All right, so let me do a carrot. And again, I know you can't actually see me doing the mass here. This carrot looks like 11.4. I'll put that in the fresh water. This carrot's a little smaller. Looks like it's going to be a little under 10 here. This carrot looks like 9.6 grams. I'm going to drop that in my salt. A piece of potato. All right. This first piece. First piece looks like it's right at 14 grams. I'll put that in my fresh cup. And my second potato, a little heavier. That's 14.6 for that one. I'll put that in the salt. And my raisins are going to be really light. You know, they're going to be 0.1 gram, 0.2 grams, something like that. They're going to be really, really light. Yeah, so I'm going to say that raisin is, I'm going to go with 0.2 grams on that one for the fresh. And this one's slightly heavier. I'm going to go with 0.3 for that one. Put that in the salt. Okay, so before I find some, again, I'm going to let these sit and figure out some data. And how they change is really the goal for what I want. So what I have so far is just I wrote down the mass of the ones in fresh water, the mass of the ones in salt. Again, my hypothesis, if the veggies are in fresh water, will they gain weight, lose weight, or stay the same? If they're in salt water, will they gain weight, lose weight, or stay the same? And of course my IV, the thing that I'm varying here is the water, whether it's salt water or fresh water. And my DV, or my data, my dependent variable is going to be the mass. So my levels of the IV, I only have 1 trial, but because I've got 3 different veggies and a raisin, I'm kind of, you know, if all of them gain weight in one of the waters and all of them lose weight in one of the waters, then I can kind of use those as repeated trials. So even though I'm only doing 1 trial, you can kind of get a sense for that. The other thing that's unusual about this is, of course, all the things aren't the same size. And we're going to talk about percent change and how we can figure that out once we have some data. But I'm going to let these sit for at least a few hours, maybe overnight, and then remeasure them and see how the masses have changed. And this will teach us a little bit about cell transport, how things go in and out of the cell membrane. This is learning target number 8. and we're really looking at osmosis is the term we want to see. So we want to see it in action before we really talk about it, but that's what we're going to look at is osmosis. So part 2, stay tuned.